Imagine waking up one morning to find your entire village gone. Neighbors, friends, even family vanished. No struggle, no farewell, just silence. This is not a movie plot. This is the story of Hoer Verde, a tiny Brazilian village said to have disappeared overnight in 1923. One day, the Amazon rainforest buzzes with life. The next, a town of 600 souls is gone, leaving empty huts and abandoned fires behind. What could make an entire town vanish without a trace? Disease, politics, nature, or something stranger? The story of Hoer Verde has haunted explorers, historians, and storytellers for nearly a century. Life in the heart of the Amazon. Hoer Verde was tucked deep in Brazil's Acre State, part of the vast Amazon basin. It was a small village of 600 people, living in wooden huts and thatched roofs. Farmers tapped rubber trees, hunters tracked animals like capybaras, and children ran under starlit skies chasing fireflies. Life followed the rhythms of nature, quiet, simple, and connected to the jungle around them. Until February 5th, 1923, traders from a neighboring village arrived expecting their usual trade: manioc for tools, fish for cloth. Instead, they found silence. Doors swung open, meals sat half-eaten, and fires burned down to ashes. No footprints, no overturned carts, no signs of struggle. Even the village dogs had disappeared. It was as if the earth itself had swallowed Hoer Verde whole. The chilling blackboard. Inside the abandoned school, investigators found a blackboard with 4 words scrawled in chalk. There is no salvation. No name, no explanation, just a desperate warning. Was it a last message, a warning, or the final thoughts of someone who knew something terrifying? The schoolroom told its own story. Desks were upturned, slates left mid-lesson. A child's drawing of a sun lay crumpled on the floor. It was as if life had paused and never resumed. Some thought it could have been a cult or religious group, a warning of some apocalyptic belief. In 1920s Brazil, Catholic traditions blended with indigenous spiritualism. Could a preacher or mystic have convinced the villagers to abandon everything? Or even worse, to vanish with him? Nearby, a rifle lay in the dirt, fired once, but no blood, no struggle, no body. Gates hung open, as if waiting for someone who never arrived. Everything was frozen in place, mid-motion. The precision of it was unnerving. Shadows of politics. The Amazon in the 1920s was turbulent. Acre was a rubber boom frontier ruled by powerful barons and occasionally touched by rebels. The Tenente revolts had shaken Brazil just a year earlier, and whispers of unrest lingered. Could rebels have taken the villagers to hide them from the army? Or perhaps it was punishment from a local baron? The problem? Neighboring villages reported nothing. No survivors, no stories of raids, and government files? Missing or sealed. Some suggest a cover-up, others a failure of bureaucracy. In chaotic times, 600 people could disappear without anyone noticing or without anyone daring to ask questions. The Amazon strikes back. Nature in the Amazon is deadly. Disease, floods, and toxic plants can take lives quickly. Yellow fever swept through Brazil during the 1920s, killing villages in days. Floods could have washed away homes and people, leaving little trace. But searchers found structures intact and meals still on tables. That doesn't fit disease or flood. Even rarer possibilities exist. Fungi in stored grains, causing hallucinations and mass panic, or parasites influencing behavior. Yet no evidence was ever found. The jungle hides its secrets well, reclaiming paths and houses, leaving only whispers behind. Science or something stranger? Some ideas about Hoer Verde push the limits of imagination. Could a tiny, unseen black hole have swallowed the village? Did the villagers slip into another dimension, leaving no trace behind? A few witnesses reported hearing strange, unexplainable sounds in the days leading up to the disappearance, adding to the mystery. Others tie the story to UFO folklore in Brazil, suggesting that something, or someone beyond our understanding, may have been involved. These theories captivate the mind because they offer answers that ordinary logic cannot. Yet there is no evidence, no radiation spikes, no unusual debris, no physical proof of anything extraordinary. Scientific investigation finds only silence and absence where a bustling village once stood. Still, the enigma grips us. Hoer Verde vanishing without a trace forces a question we cannot ignore. What if reality itself has corners we have yet to see? Hidden realms where the impossible becomes possible? Cults and spiritual beliefs. Another possibility is that Hoer Verde fell victim to a cult or apocalyptic belief. In isolated regions of Brazil, prophets could attract entire communities, promising salvation in the jungle or spiritual ascension. Followers might have left willingly, convinced they were heading to paradise. Think of Jonestown decades later. Beliefs can persuade people to abandon safety and disappear. Perhaps some villagers went into the jungle voluntarily, never to be seen again. Yet no altars, scriptures, or signs of mass migration were ever found. The blackboard remains the only haunting clue. Hoer Verde in modern culture. The legend of Hoer Verde persists. It has inspired online stories, podcasts, and even video games. Some claim it shows up as a disappearing village in fiction, a reminder of our fascination with isolation and the unknown. Online communities discuss it, dissecting every detail, blending folklore and reality. Why do we keep returning to it? Perhaps because Hoer Verde represents what we fear most, a total disappearance without explanation. In a world of maps, satellites, and GPS, a whole town vanishing remains unimaginable and irresistible. Searches and expeditions. Imagine setting out to find a village that vanished overnight, where every clue leads to nothing but thick jungle and whispers of the impossible. Adventurers, treasure hunters, and historians have tried to uncover Hoer Verde. They brought GPS devices, drones, and local guides. Yet every search ended in frustration. Some villagers speak of a lost place deep in the forest where compasses spin and shadows move like they have a life of their own. Many call it cursed or forbidden. Storms appear without warning. Snakes and venomous creatures patrol the undergrowth. And the jungle itself seems to push intruders back. Paths disappear, maps fail, and hope dwindles. Each expedition, instead of bringing answers, adds new legends. Hoer Verde isn't just a missing village. It's a riddle wrapped in green, hiding secrets that the world may never see. The mystery only grows with every failed attempt, connecting the vanishing dots. Hoer Verde is not the only lost town in history. Roanoke in the U.S. disappeared in 1590, leaving the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Inuit villages have vanished in the Arctic. Argentina had small settlements disappear without explanation in the 1930s. Remote communities, sudden silence, and cryptic messages, patterns emerge. Hoer Verde fits into a larger human fascination with sudden disappearance. Every lost village reminds us of our own fragility and how easily the known world can unravel. What can we learn? So what really happened at Hoer Verde? The truth is likely lost. Perhaps it was folklore, a cautionary tale whispered across generations. Maybe it began with real events, disease, migration, or isolation, but was amplified into legend. What remains are the stories, the blackboard, the vanished streets. Hoer Verde endures as a ghost town in memory, a place where imagination thrives because evidence fails. Mysteries like this remind us that the world has edges we cannot map, corners where stories linger, and truths that may never surface. The village may have vanished, but its legend lives whispering in the shadows of the Amazon. Will we listen, or will we walk away before the jungle claims more than just our curiosity? If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment and subscribe to our channel for more topics like this. Thanks for being here.